Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video. And the NFL had cut down day, and the Buffalo Bills made their cuts. They made a trade, and they signed their QB3. That is right, I will tell you who that is as soon as I tell you who got released. Alright, the Buffalo Bills released defensive tackle Eli Anku. They released offensive lineman Keaton Bills, offensive lineman Gunnar Britton, wide receiver Deion Kane, offensive lineman Will Clapp, defensive end Cameron Klein, offensive lineman Lyle Collins, cornerback Corey Couch, tight end Zach Davidson. He was a surprise. Defensive tackle Branson Dean, quarterback Ben DiNucci, offensive lineman Mike Edwards, and a fan favorite right here, running back Frank Gore Jr. He was a surprise, but we have James Cook, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson. You know, there was no room for Frank Gore Jr. They also released offensive lineman Richard Gourage, wide receiver KJ Hamler. Another surprise right here, because I thought he was a lock to be our return guy. Cornerback Daquan Hardy. They also released wide receiver Andy Isabella, safety Kareem Jackson, wide receiver Xavier Johnson. Another surprise, defensive end Kingsley Jonathan, who they seem to like over the last couple of years. Cornerback Kenny H. Lovely, tight end Trey McKitty. And this is kind of a surprise to me because I thought he was going to be our wide receiver 5. Wide receiver Tyrell Shavers, wide receiver Justin Shorter, defensive tackle Gable Steveson, defensive tackle Deshaun Williams, and safety Kendall Williamson. The Bills placed offensive tackle Travis Clayton, running back Darrington Evans, and linebacker Matt Milano on injured reserve. The Bills designated both Milano and Evans as eligible to return. And the Bills also made a trade, an interdivision trade, with the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills have traded a 2026 sixth round draft pick to the New York Jets for cornerback Brandon Codrington and a 2026 seventh round pick. So we get Codrington from the Jets. He's going to be our return man. They liked what they saw out of Codrington. He was signed with the Jets. Actually, he was like Joe Andreessen. He came on as a tryout, got signed by the Jets, and I think he was going to get released, and the Bills swooped in and picked him up. So I like this trade. We got our return guy. He's, of course, on the 53-man roster. And the Bills already made a practice squad signing as they signed their QB3. They signed QB Mike White to the practice squad. I like that because I think they signed him because Mitchell Trubisky is going to miss a little longer than they thought. And they went with QB3. They didn't keep Ben DiNucci. They went out and they got QB Mike White on the practice squad, and I like that. I like that signing. If we were going to sign a QB, he was one I wanted to sign. Or, you know, I did like what I saw out of Anthony Brown in the preseason, but unfortunately they went and got Mike White for the practice squad, and I like that. Now, the 53-man roster. Here it is. Are you ready? Our QB are, let's see if they'll show this Okay, meet the core. You got quarterback Josh Allen. Alec Anderson. Okay, so the 53-man roster: QB Josh Allen, offensive tackle Alec Anderson, and a fan favorite who busted his ass in the preseason to make the squad. He was a tryout and ended up making the 53-man roster. Linebacker Joe Andreessen. Good. Now we got 3 guys from the UB Bulls on our roster: Jamarcus Ingram, Cam Lewis, and now Joe Andreessen. Also, Tyler Bass made the 53, cornerback Christian Benford, linebacker Terrell Bernard, safety Cole Bishop, offensive tackle Spencer Brown, defensive tackle Dwayne Carter, wide receiver Keon Coleman, of course, running back James Cook, cornerback Brandon Codrington, who they made a trade on cut down day, which was Tuesday, yesterday, Tuesday, August 27th. So I like the trade, I really do. Instead of starting at the 20-25 yard line, with him returning the ball, the Bills offense will have short fields, because instead of starting at like the 25, they'll be starting at like the 35, 40, 45 yard line. That's how good he can return the ball and get the Bills offense in good field position. That's why the Buffalo Bills traded with the Jets to get Brandon Codrington. Also making the 53-man roster: running back Ray Davis, offensive tackle Deion Dawkins, cornerback Rasul Douglas, offensive guard David Edwards, safety Mike Edwards, cornerback Kyer Elam, defensive end A.J. Epinesa, Reed Ferguson, fullback Reggie Gilliam, offensive tackle Tylen Grable, who's a rookie, which is good for him. I was hoping he would make the 53-man roster, and he did, so congratulations, Tylen Grable. Safety Damar Hamlin, wide receiver Mac Hollins, cornerback Jamarcus Ingram, defensive tackle Austin Johnson, cornerback Teron Johnson, running back Ty Johnson, defensive tackle Daquan Jones, tight end Dalton Kincaid, tight end Dawson Knox, cornerback Cam Lewis, punter Sam Martin, offensive guard Connor McGovern, linebacker Von Miller. They have him listed as a linebacker, but he's a defensive end. Tight end Quentin Morris, linebacker Nicholas Morrow, defensive tackle Ed Oliver, safety Taylor Rapp, defensive end Greg Russo, wide receiver Curtis Samuel, wide receiver Khalil Shakir, defensive end Dwayne Smoot, edge Javon Solomon, linebacker Balin Spector, defensive end Casey Toohill, offensive guard Osiris Torrance, quarterback Mitchell Trubisky, and my favorite draft pick, linebacker Edifwan Ulofoshio. So I'm glad he's on the 53-man roster. Wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling, offensive tackle Ryan Van Denmark, center guard Cedric Van Pran Granger, another fan favorite, and linebacker Dorian Williams. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your 53-man roster, but the Bills can make some waiver claims, and then, I guess if they sign, somebody and need to make room on the roster, they could cut Casey Toohill, they could cut Balin Spector, I'm guessing, they could cut Reed Ferguson, I guess, but I don't know why they would. But I have a feeling they're going to sign another wide receiver. I think Noah Brown, I think his name is one a lot of Bills fans want. Also, Kadarius Toney was released by the Kansas City Chiefs. There was a couple others, but we did address our QB3 situation because, like I said, I think Mitchell Trubisky is going to need a little more time to get healed up. And Mike White has a couple of weeks to learn the playbook, and learn this offense. And he can be Josh's backup week 1. He'll have enough time to get ready for week 1 in this Bills offense. So congratulations and welcome to the Buffalo Bills, Mike White. He's on the practice squad for now, but I think he's going to start in that Arizona game as Josh Allen's backup until Mitchell Trubisky gets back, and then he'll probably either they'll keep him on the roster or they'll put him back in the practice squad. And also welcome Brandon Codrington to the Buffalo Bills. It was a rare trade. Usually we don't trade within the division, but the Bills and the Jets did make a trade, and we got Codrington and a 2026 7th round pick for a 2026 6th round pick. So we didn't have to give up anything. And guys, I do like this as our return man, and he can also come in at corner if he needs to. But welcome, and welcome to the Buffalo Bills, Joe Andreessen. I knew he was going to make the 53-man roster, and I'm glad he did. And one of my favorites I'm glad made the roster is Edifwan Ulofoshio. I've been saying that in other videos that I wanted Edifwan Ulofoshio to make this roster. The surprise one, though, is Casey Toohill. I don't think he had a good training camp. I don't think he had a good preseason. But like I said, I think once they sign somebody off the waiver wire, they can release him, and I think they might. I think they're gonna draft it. Right now they have 5 receivers. I think they're gonna go after another one to help out, especially with the injury to Curtis Samuel and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. But we will see who they get off the waiver wire. But they already have 1 player on their practice squad. So we'll see if they bring Frank Gore Jr. back to the practice squad. I hope they do. But I don't think he's going to last on the practice squad. I think somebody's going to snag him. I think Gable Steveson goes on the practice squad. I think they're going to re-sign him. I think they're going to re-sign KJ Hamler for the practice squad. Possibly Xavier Johnson. I do think Tyrell Shavers, if he clears waivers, goes on the practice squad. He was one of the surprises to a lot of people. Eli Anku was a shocker for some, but I do like our 53-man roster, and especially the guy we got in the trade with the Jets. I don't think the Bills are done making moves yet. We're going to see who comes off the waiver wire and who comes off the 53-man roster to make room for them, and who they sign to the practice squad. I do think they're going to try and put Daquan Hardy back on the practice squad, but I don't think he'll last. Possibly Lyle Collins could go on the practice squad to Corey Couch. Trey McKitty. I I believe Justin Shorter might go on the practice squad, although I think we wasted a pick on him. He just hasn't worked out. KJ Hamler, though, I don't think he'll last on the practice squad, though. I think somebody will grab KJ Hamler off our practice squad, along with Frank Gore Jr. if he gets put on the practice squad. You know, Ben DiNucci could possibly go on the practice squad, but since they got Mike White, I don't think they're going to bring Ben DiNucci back. He was just to play in a couple of preseason games, I think, just like Anthony Brown was signed to play against the Carolina Panthers, and then they released him. But our 53-man roster is set, and I like the roster. I really do. I really like the Joe Andreessen signing, although they said if they get another linebacker, he could be cut. You know, he's on the 53-man roster for now, but you still got waiver wires and players that could still be cut from this 53-man roster. I don't think Brandon Codrington is going anywhere. They wouldn't have made the trade if they were just going to cut him. I think he's going to take Daquan Hardy's spot as our returner, our new returner. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you guys think of the cuts and the signing of Mike White and the trade for Brandon Codrington, and what you think of our 53-man roster. Tell me who your surprises were with the cuts and the 53-man roster. And I'm also glad that Cole Bishop made it. I knew he would. He was our second-round pick. I didn't think he was going anywhere. But Matt Collins, you know, I'm glad that he didn't get cut. Tyrell Shavers, I thought was going to be on the roster. I wanted him to be on the roster, but unfortunately, it looks like he still might be, but only on the practice squad. So guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And like I said, tell me what you think of the 53-man rosters, what you think of our cuts. What do you think of the Mike White signing and the Brandon Codrington being traded to the Bills? And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. Guys, this is Sports Dom. Peace. Go Bills. And stay tuned for my Florida Atlantic Owls at Michigan State Spartans preview. That is this Friday. College football is back, and I will be doing my preview and post game for that. And then stay tuned for my Arizona Cardinals at Buffalo Bills preview. That is Sunday, September 8th. Week 1 gets underway. The Arizona Cardinals come across country, and teams that usually travel west to east in the 1 o'clock time slot usually don't fare well. They usually get beat and blown out because of the travel and the time difference, and it's going to feel like a 10 a.m. game to the Arizona Cardinals. So, but guys, comment, like, subscribe, and go Bills. And I do like the 53-man roster. Go Bills.